Holla when you're working, yeah? Man's always working, brother. You know me. Man's out here making dollar, getting that squindilla. Yeah, literally, I just see someone done 4 and I said, I've just come back down to my shop in London as well. Just got to give them a little bit of shopping, top them up, you know what I mean, my brother.
Videos taken from the phone of Jamie Stacey Evans in Maidstone shows that he was selling thousands of pounds worth of ecstasy tablets and also producing them in a laboratory with machinery that was used to grind up crystallized MDMA, which is a component of making ecstasy, and a device set up to count the finished products in tablet form. He also had videos where he was talking about kilos of cocaine and showing the quality of the drugs that he was trying to sell. The footage was discovered when the police arrested him, and he has been sentenced to 15 years in prison, but the police were never able to discover the laboratory location. Police executed a warrant on Stacey Evans' home in Tree Court, Coxheath on the 23rd of January 2025. This was part of an operation to combat drug supply across the Kent region. The J-Line network had been operating since May 2024 and several phones used by Stacey Evans was seized from the property. This led to the retrieval of multiple videos and voice recordings that connected him to the wholesale supply of cocaine, MDMA, ecstasy, ketamine, and also cannabis. He could be heard in voice notes discussing orders to potentially produce as many as 100,000 ecstasy tablets, and another clip involved his supply in 20 kilos of cocaine. Jamie Stacey Evans, 35 years old, was charged with 3 counts of being concerned in the supply of selling drugs and was concerned in the production of drugs. He was further charged with possessing criminal property in relation to £3,000 that was found inside his home. He was sentenced at Canterbury Crown Court on the 20th of May 2025, and leading the investigation was PC James O'Gorman, who said the vast amounts of evidence recovered from his phone illustrated that Stacey Evans was producing drugs and supplying drugs on a commercial scale. He was intent on flooding the market with huge quantities of illegal substances, and some of the evidence recovered from his phone also shows that he had a network of runners operating in fake business vans. Stacey Evans has received a 15-year sentence, and the police believe this is very significant and one that indicates his leading role, as well as the harm and devastation that they believe the drugs do to local communities. So look forward to hearing what viewers have to say on that story, and please don't forget to subscribe if you're new to the channel. And staying on the subject of drug seizures, this is a follow-up to a story that I covered last year when 2 men who jumped from a boat and attempted to evade the police when they were found with 350 kilos of cocaine on their ship.
You've been warned several times! Stop the RHIB, please, for safety! Do you understand? Right, get on. Right, you and I get on. No, we'll have to wait. One in the water, mark the plot! Got it? Stand down, you've been warned.
Bruce Knowles, 56 years old, from Dereham, and Ferhat Gumrukguoglu, who's 32 years old, from the Netherlands, were intercepted on a rigid inflatable boat in Suffolk in June 2024. The men had been spotted on the vessel and failed to stop for the police, which was a border force cutter, and Ferhat jumped off the boat and swam towards the beach as Knowles restarted the engine and attempted to flee. After a pursuit, the boat was grounded on the beach, but as officers moved in to arrest Knowles, he jumped overboard also, trying to escape. Police from Norfolk and Suffolk police pursued Ferhat and he fled from the beach and was arrested the day after in Norfolk. NCA officers searched the boat after it was towed into the harbour in Lowescroft, and in the hull they found cocaine, and it was estimated to be worth £39 million. It was under tarpaulin inside the hull, and investigators believe Knowles and Ferhat travelled towards French waters to pick up the drugs from a larger ship. Both men were charged with importing a controlled drug and pled guilty to the offence at Ipswich Crown Court last year. They were sentenced today. Knowles received 17 years and 3 months, and Ferhat was sentenced to 15 years. The NCA officer Paul Orchard said this was a fast-moving and dynamic interception. 2 men were attempting to smuggle a massive amount of drugs into the UK, and they continue to try and evade capture, and now they will face long prison sentences. In a more recent case, the National Crime Agency has charged a Bulgarian national as part of a seizure of 185 kilos of cocaine that was found hidden in a HGV lorry at a Belfast port. The find was initially made by Border Force, who was alerted by the NCA after they assisted with the search. It's believed to be the largest Class A drug seizure in Northern Ireland in recent years, and NCA investigators attended the port on the 19th of May 2025 after the lorry was stopped before it could board the ferry to Scotland. 4 sophisticated concealments were found inside the lorry, and officers removed the floor and uncovered the packages of drugs, which had a street value in Northern Ireland of £18.5 million. The driver was called Giorgio Markov, and he was 55 years old from Bulgaria, and he was arrested and questioned by the NCA. He was later charged with drug offences on the 20th of May and appeared before Belfast Magistrates Court, where he was remanded for his next appearance on the 18th of June. The NCA said the investigation is ongoing, and we believe that those behind the importation believe they could avoid border control. So really look forward to hearing what viewers have to say on that seizure and any other stories that have been featured in this episode and others. Please don't forget to follow online as well at Scarcity Studios. I'll be back.